on our topic already. So yesterday, like I said, 9H, nag-start ta sa atong discussion on this topic on In Search of the Self. And in that discussion nato, siguro the one thing that we learned that self-knowledge or self-awareness, what they're about, it's about, forming a self-concept. Meaning, ang atong goal in having self-awareness or self-knowledge is we're trying to figure out or ginatry nato og purma ang self-concept. Meaning, it's us trying to know who we are as a person. It's us, trying to have a good idea of, the kind of person we are becoming. So, mura siya puzzle piece nga gina-try na to figure out. So, kinsa ko? And what kind of person am I becoming? But it was also emphasized dayon, 9H, that more than knowing who we are or more than being aware of who we're becoming, what is more important is that we develop self-understanding. Diba na-mention ni Nato? Meaning that, yes, it's good that we're, well aware of who we are, but what's more helpful to us is understanding why we are the way we are. Meaning, maayo, very good if naakay idea kinsa ka, very good if you know the kind of person that you are, but more than knowing all of those things, mas importante, dapat nasabtan pud nato or nasabtan pud nimo nga tuod anak pud ka. So, to get to the level of having self-understanding though, para moabot ta aning nga level nga naatay self-understanding, of course, we need to do some searching first. Naasa tay pangitaon. Alright? And to search for the unsa ni atong pangitaon, of course, pangitaon sa nato, kinsa ta? Right? Kay unsa may ato ang sabton, di ba? Unsa na tong sabot sa atong kaugalingon, nga to begin with, wala, di man takabalo, kinsa ta. So, we need to do some searching first, and to search for the self, para mabaw-an nato, kinsa ta, we need to ask ourselves, again, this very important life question, who am I? Now, again, you will notice that there's this big red X mark sa what am I? Because again, the question, what am I, sa kining ato ang gusto ma-happen, will not be very helpful to us since all the answers that I will arrive at, even though they are true or correct, will not tell me how I'm different or unique from everybody else. Point in case, yesterday, I think I called a few students and asked them, unsa ka? Right? And again, they said, sure, tao ko, sure, estudyante ko, sure, babae ko, sure, Cagayanon, Bisaya ko, sure, etc. And diba, all of those things, katong mga answer nila, yes, they're true. Tinuod man to sila, right? But you will notice how those answers are, diba, qualities pod that you share with many people. And kanang imong pagka-estudyante, kanang imuhang ang imuhang kay tao ka, kana sila nga mga answer nimo, they have nothing to do with the kind of person you are on the inside. Like if I ask you, unsa ka, sure, tao ko teacher. So after me learning nga, okay, tao ka, knowing nga tao ka will not tell me, again, really explicitly, unsa pud ka klase nga tao. That's why, again, to understand the self, we focus on the question, who am I? This is more helpful since this question will lead me, or will lead us rather, to answers that will help us really understand kinsa gyud ta, right? And when we focus to, or when we look for the answers to this question, we will know and we will discover the qualities that make me, rather, the person that I am. Diri na ko makita how I'm different, how I'm unique from everybody else, right? So now we continue na dayon 9H with our discussion on the same topic. But of course, before we'll do that, let's establish, as always, our objective for this afternoon session. And I say objective because isa raman. So from now until the end of the period, isa akong i-discuss pero upat ni sila kabuok. So I will be discussing the 4 self-enriching experiences that promote deeper self-understanding. So na ako'y 4 lain-lain na mga experiences that I would like to discuss with the class this afternoon. And we refer to them as, self-enriching. So, unsa giving self-enriching. So, 'di ba, emphasis on the word enrich sa word na self-enriching. And 'di ba, from the word enrich, nakasulod diha ang word na rich, right? Meaning abundant or daghan. So, to enrich, therefore, is, 'di ba, to improve, to increase, to level up, to strengthen, right? Ipalago. Mauna ang to enrich, strengthen. So, that tells us that self-enriching experiences, therefore, you know, refer to our experiences that help improve, help strengthen our knowledge and understanding of ourselves. By this 9H, we mean that mauni silang ato ang experiences that make us or force us to confront our true selves. So what this also means is that sometimes in life, sa ato ang kinabuhi, expect that we will be put in, uncomfortable na mga situations. Situations that are undesirable, situations that we don't necessarily like. Di ta ganahan, but yet they happen anyway. So, nganong mapugusta, nganong pugsunta sa life to experience these uncomfortable but enriching nga mga experiences. It's really because it's life's way of, helping us understand and accept ourselves. Meaning, usahay in life, ipaagitag kalisod, naa siya ipa-experience sa ato. And the main reason nga nung kailangan nato siya agian, kay with that experience, matabangan ta na mas mailhan pa, matabangan ta nga mas mabaw-an pa, and mas masabta nato ato ang kaugalingon. So, mauna more or less ang point sa mga self-enriching experiences. And siguro just to connect this part of our lesson to another part, to one of our previous lessons sa una, I don't know if you can recall, but first quarter ni nato nga topic, when I gave my discussion on philosophical reflection. I used this slide to explain the importance of, reflecting in life. So I know that was a long time ago, a few months back sa una rani. So just to help everyone be reminded of the significance of this image 9H again teaches us that experiences are very good sources of lessons about life and about the self. 'Di ba, this image, what we're seeing, of course, we're seeing a wet cloth being wrong, ginapuga. And I remember how I explained this to the class. I said that let's think of this wet cloth as our experiences. All right? And the process of it being wrong, the process of it nga ginapuga, mura siya symbolizes the process of us reflecting. And the droplets that come off from wringing this piece of wet cloth, ang kining droplets nga tangtang, mauni sila ang ga-symbolize sa realizations nga ato ang nakuha from reflecting from the out of reflecting from that experience. So in life, therefore, again, like I said, we will experience many things. Daghan ta maagian, but it's good to know that with every experience comes lessons gyud ay. Like, the more painful the experience is, the deeper the wound, right? The more nga lisod ang situation nato, the more nga lisod ang problema, of course, grabe nga pain iyahang ikos ana sa ato ang life. But at the same time, the deeper the wound is, the greater the lesson pod. The more nga grabe atong napagdaanan, the more nga daghan, the more valuable ang lesson nga ato ang matunan. And siguro 9H, our discussion this afternoon we'll talk about the same thing. Same ang concept na how we could use our human experiences to bring out the lessons that make us know and understand ourselves better. Okay, so like I mentioned na ako'y upat ka experiences storyahan. So the very first one, the first type of experience that will, help us, know ourselves and understand ourselves better, mauni ato ang ginatawag 9H na mga quote-unquote, you don't know me experiences. Now, the text that we are seeing here, kining apart, kining black nga part, this is taken, excerpt ni siya from our values resource book. I know for the values subject, you were not asked to buy a book for it, pero siguro kung nag face-to-face na, actually naagitay book sa values, of course. And ang resource nato, resource material nato for this lesson is kining values resource book. So what you're seeing here, part ni siya or excerpt ni siya from that book where I got this lesson from. So the text here shows that this experience, again, and I'm quoting, this experience of not being understood is an awareness that others are not aware. In not being aware of them, others are not aware of me. Of course, if we state it that way, medyo confusing. But siguro how I want to explain what this means, na ako'y i-give na siguro relatable na situation. So, what exactly are our you don't know me experiences? So, 9H, I'm pretty sure that some of us, if not some, then maybe all, or majority siguro, ana na lang, majority sa ato, siguro are currently in a situation where the people who matter most, and by people who matter most, I'm specifically, and I'm actually referring to your family. I'd like to think that the people who matter most in your life, hopefully imo ng pamilya, all right? Normally, pamilya gyud unta na nato. So, usahay na ay uban sa ato, currently, that people who matter most, like our family, are finding it difficult to understand us. It's usually manggod at your age. Kung aha mo karon kana mga teenage or inyong mga adolescent years. All right? Normally, diha nga age, diha nga stage sa ato ang life, where maka-experience ta na we do not necessarily have the best or the closest nga relationships with our parents. It's even common nga experience for people your age na ato ang parents dili ta masabtan, right? Siguro most of your parents are finding it difficult to understand you. They don't understand how you think. They don't understand how you behave, how you act. They don't understand your decisions in life. Wala sila gaka-gets sa imo. Maunang, di ba, usahay, because dili ninyo mag-gets ang each other. Dili nimo sila mag-gets, di po kanila mag-gets. Mauna nga time, usually, I'm not saying this is true to all, maunang usually, pag teenagers, mura gid mo, cat and dog inyong relationship with your parents. Di gid mo magkasinabot, ana. And siguro, what I frankly think about this is maybe they don't, by they I mean your parents, like maybe they don't understand you, probably because like first thing would maybe they don't know much about you, or maybe they don't know enough about you, or worse, mo siguro nang dili kanila kakasabtan because they probably do not know you at all. Kung sa Bisaya pa, like dili sila kasabot sa imo, kay of course halos dili sila kaila gyud sa imuha. Kay ganong ana na teachers. So if I were to give an analogy, understanding a person, kana mo atong gusto ka nga gusto ta gusto nato masabtan ta sa atong parents. But we also have to understand first that understanding a person is like solving a word problem. Okay, kana nga analogy. Normally, to solve word problems, of course, the first thing we need to do is read through the problem. After we read the problem, of course, we then identify or extract ka ng given. Diba? Mauna sa una, grade school pa ta. Part sa ato, na yun ay points kung nagsulat ka sa given. Right? You identify the given, and siguro sa tanan given nga imuhang ma-extract with whatever available data you have, we then look for a solution using just the givens to solve for the correct answer. Right? So meaning, when we read a word problem, you take out all of the givens. Kung unsa ning given, mga given, nga ato ang nakita, diha na, kana ato ang dulaan, kini sila ato ang gamiton to look for a solution, to figure out a solution to solve for the correct answer. But the thing, 9H, is no matter how brilliant you are at word problems, kasi pag ikaw ang pinakamaayo mo solve og word problems, it is difficult to figure out a solution if kulang ang given. Right? Maski pag usa ka kamay, kung naay isa ka given, wala, dili available, wala ang data. Maski pag unsa ka kamaayo, wala kay dili nimo masabtan, wala kay ma-come up na solution for it. So, siguro 9H, it's the same concept. Na, how do you expect your parents to understand you when kulang kaayo ilahang data or kulang kaayo ilahang nabaw-an about you? Nganong kulang pod na? Kulang probably because you rarely open up to them. Right? At kadili sa gyud na common experience nato. Or again, although na ay pipila nga mas close sila sa ilang family kaysa sa ilang friends, but usahay ra kaayo na. Most of the time basta teenagers, dili gid kaayo taga-open up sa ato ang parents, right? Or in the rare instances, or kung mo-open up man ta, usahay ra kaayo. Or sa kanang panagsa nato nga open up sa ilaha, most of the time, what do we do pa gyud? We would only tell them, the good bits, right? And we try to leave out anything that might, get you into trouble. Like, for example, I don't know if ako lang, like, di ba, style na to usahay, like, mag-share ta, ay, nag-birthday na, ito ko sa balay ni so-and-so kay birthday niya, na birthday ko ma, pero dili gyud na nimo iingon nga nag-inom mo, right? Kaya nga gyud, di ba? Di kina nimo iingon. So, puro gud ang anay ma nagbuhat mig project, pero wala ka nagsaba nga naglaag day mo after. Or ma, na ako sa balay ni Kuan, pero wala siya kabalo nga na di kay Lucky gi-invite. Right? You know what I mean? So, naaligid tay ipang-ingon, yes, pero naagid tay ginatago pod from them. So, if we think about it then, kay ana mantal, then that means that the only things that they know about you are the only things that you've allowed them to know. Meaning, ang ilara pong nabawan sa imo, katura pong imuhang gialaw nga maura ilang dapat mabawan. So, if you think about it, is that not unfair to them? Na you only give them bits and pieces, gamay ra imong ginahatag sa ilaha, yet you expect them mag-demand dayon ta usahay, mo din ang magdrama din ta usay nga dili ko ninyo gakasabtan, right? At the same time, gamay ra imong ginahatag, pero mag-expect din ta, we would want for them to completely and fully understand us. Gamay ra imong ginahatag or open up sa ila, pero gusto ka masabtan kanila completely, which is, again, dili gid na possible. And again, I believe this is also the reason why, usually at your age, kamo mga teenagers, again, this is not true to all, but generally, most of you are closer and, di ba, closer to your friends. Mas close mo, sadly, to your friends kaysa sa ato ang own family. Mas ga-open up ta sa ilaha, mas honest ta sa ilaha na, to the point na mas kabalo pa, mas kaila pa ato ang friends sa ato kaysa sa ato ang own pamilya. Right? To the point pagyud na, kay mas kaila man ato ang friends sa ato murag, it is even when we are with them that we feel most ourselves. You know what I mean? Like usahay, like we get to be just I get to be just me, right? When I'm with my friends, mugawas ang like tinuod nga colors nato when we're with our friends. Pero we are an entirely different person when we're at home, right? Like same na sa atong experience before, lahi kaayo siguro ka pag naa ka sa eskwelahan. When you're with your classmates, when you're with your barkada. But the moment you arrive home, pinustahay pa ta, daghan sa ato diri, different na pud ta nga person. Right? Lain-lain ta. Like, you act like you're an angel when you're in front of your teachers. You're mean probably, or mugawas imong true colors when you're with your closest friends. You're a hustler, team player kay ka, sa imong role as an athlete. When you're with your coach and teammates, you're indifferent. Paabot sa balay, wa kay pake. You're indifferent. Wa kay pake sa inyo. Mukaon ra ko diri matulog lakaw. Indifferent ta sa balay, and kung ikaw lang po, different person na po ka, depressed, mugawas ato ang pagka, mga sad boy, right? So, if ana ta, like, try to look at it, it's like having 5 completely separate selves, right? Lahi ka sa teachers, lahi ka kung ikaw lang, lahi ka with your friends, lahi ka sa family, lahi ka with your teammates, example. And murag, we have to remember that we are only a self. Self raman tayo. We are not selves. Right? So, when faced with this experience, and siguro maone ang gagian sa uban, dire, nga, you're discovering nga, lagi no lain-lain kaayo ko, teacher. Lahi ko pag dire, lahi ko pag dito. Lahi po ko sa balay. Then, you are reminded, or it's life's way of telling you that you should reflect and decide on which of the five or three or 10 or whatever number of versions you really are. Because you cannot be all five of them, right? Kay self-ragod ta. So this experience, kining you don't know me therefore, this experience will make you not only decide, that it will force you to pugsan ka, to be a better individual. Pugsan ka to be more honest and open to everyone. Because anong better, honest, and open? Because isn't it 9H that the more honest we are to the people around us, especially our family, meaning the moment we decide nga dili na ko magtago from my family, the moment you decide nga iingunan nimo tanan, I'll tell them everything, dili ko mahadlok, right? Then the more that they know about you, nga naman, of course, wala naman kay ginatago, ginaingon man nimo tanan. The more that they know about you, then they're more capable of understanding you. Mas masabtan na kanila, they can easily understand where you're coming from because kailan naman kaayos sila sa imuha. And di ba, when they understand you better, mo follow that siguro your relationship with them will also improve. Mas harmonious. Kaya nga naman, magkasinabtanay naman mong duha. Right? But to get there, where did this chain of events really start? Where did this rather, chain of events really start? Nagsugod siya sa imuhang decision to fix the broken pieces of yourselves into a self, right? Nagsugod ni siya by, again, forcing yourself to understand yourself first. Meaning, para di ay ma-fix, kay, maybe right now, or currently, daghan pa ato ang selves, right? Siguro kini, ang message ani is, kailangan sa di ay nako sabton, mag-decide ko, ang tinuod nga ako aning lima. Right? And decide on it. Once you've decided nga, maogid ni ang tinuod nga Luwel, maogid ni nga ang tinuod nga so and so, then at least that way, klaro sa imo, and nasabtan nimo kung kinsa gyud di ay ang tinuod nga ikaw. Kay ani man gud ni siya 9H, kung ikaw mismo wala ka nakasabot na unsa ka, kung ikaw mismo wala ka nakasabot, kinsa ka, then how do you expect the people around you to understand you? Nga ikaw gani o kasabot ngano ka. Right? So probably 9H, this is called you don't know me, right? Mauman ang tawag. You don't know me, but really, it's probably, again, life's way of reminding us nga, siguro why you don't know me? Maybe because I don't know me. You know what I mean? So, if naakaani nga experience that you are experiencing na ay people around you, again, especially your family who are, again, finding it difficult to understand you. They don't know you probably because you don't know you. So, with this experience, mapugos ka og ila-ila, mapugos ka og confront kung kinsa gyud di ay ko. Alright? Siguro mauni ang point. Ani nga experience number 1. Let's proceed to experience number 2. Earlier, it was you don't know me. Karon, it's called I want to tell you about myself. So, I want to tell you about myself, meaning naa kay i-involve ng other person. I want to tell you about myself. So, it says here that the sharing, okay, nakining naka-highlight, the sharing of myself includes the revealing of my past, my future, my relationships, and my basic feelings. So, what this emphasizes, or what this experience 9H emphasizes, is the importance of forming and maintaining our intimate or closest relationships with people. Meaning, or ani ni siya, like, I like to think kita tanan here na atay barkada, right? And normal gid na within a group, like, doesn't matter pila mo, tulo ra ba mo, 5, 10, 12, 20. But normally good, and yeah, normal good within a barkada nga, even though daghan mo, sometimes you have at least dayon one person from within that same group, right? That you are just closer to. Like, yes, close ka sa uban people, pero naalang day na isa or duha ka ta, or again, it depends kung pila, naalang day na friends pa gid nimo from within the group nga mas close lang yun ka. Person that, person within your group that you open up to more. Like, yes, na kay gina-share sa barkada, pero napod kay uban things, ka kini lang siya imuhang gaignan. Right? Person in your life na you tend to share more to. And siguro, according to our resource book, finding such a person, I mean, if naa kay ani nga person in your life right now, that's a special bond you have with that person. Special di ay kay na siya nga relationship. Special because you are lucky enough to find a person with whom you just effortlessly click with. Someone na you can completely trust, someone you can share your most honest thoughts and feelings to. Kanang kind of person 9H, kanang pwede nimo maingon tanan, dili ka mag-think twice about telling him or her everything, and sure lang ka nga dili pud ni niya itabi. Sure pud ka nga kini nga person dili pud kaniya i-judge, right? And nowadays, of course, difficult na kaayo mangita ana nga person, because nowadays we have people in our life na they act like they care, so mang-chismis, mag-minarites sa imuha, but really they're not really interested to know what your problem is. Curious lang sila kung naa sila'y pwede matabi, naa sila'y machika. So again, right now, with the relationships we have with people, lisod kaayo i-identify kinsa sa imuhang friends ang naay true nga intention, kinsa gyud ang tinuod ani nila sa imuha. And siguro mauni ang point 9H na if you found a person who's that way with you, somebody nga masaligan gyud nimo, swerte kay ka. Right? Again, pwede ni siya, I'm not saying sa friends lang ni, pwede po ni siya sa imuhang a family member, pwede imuhang parent, pwede imuhang cousin, relative. Again, it depends kung kinsa ni siya nga person in your life right now. But if naa kay ma-think nga a person or two, nga teacher, murag na ako'y ana nga life, then again, you're lucky. Now, again, going back to our point, the thing is, these are the relationships rather that we are asked to nurture and maintain, because these people rather can greatly contribute in making us become who we're really meant to be. Ani manggod siya 9H, in order to become who we're meant to be, right? Sometimes we're going to need the help and support of the right people around us, especially kining people, who really help build us up. Especially pag yun, because in life, 9H, it's normal if like every now and then naatay ma-experience na love-hate relationship with ourselves. Like, no matter how much you claim that you, like, naay siguro uban mo claim, teacher, ga-awas-awas, ga-overflow ang ako ang self-love. Right? But maski pag unsa nato ka love, ato ang self-usahay, naalang po jud time moments, 9H, na we become, frustrated with ourselves. Naatay mabuhat, and kanang we can't forgive rather ourselves for doing it. Di nato mapasaylo, mapungot ta sa atong kaugalingon. Naay times we don't like who we are. We don't like what we've done. Hate nato ato ang self. And you know what? That's okay. Normal na siya. Dili ang pwede nga love lang nato always. Napoy panahon nga ma-frustrate ta. And siguro, in times when we're finding it difficult to love and accept who we are, anang mga moments nga feeling nato we're at our worst. Therefore, feeling nato dili ta deserving of the love that we're receiving from the people around us. Moments na kita mismo, hate na ako ang self, so ayaw ko i-love because there's nothing lovable about me. Right? So, ani lang, kung maka-experience mo gutaani nga mga moments, sometimes having the right person or having these people in your life, manggod, is the one thing you need. Mauni nga mga moments nga pinakakailangan nato ni sila nga mga tao. Kay surrounding yourself, manggod, with people who will continue to love you even though you're at your worst, even when you feel like you don't deserve their love and understanding, people who will continue to accept you anyway, but when they decide to stay with you gihapon, maski feeling nimo dili ka deserving, right? Siguro mauna nga healing right? Mauna ang makatabang og cure sa ato ang pag-loathe sa ato ang selves. Meaning, their presence kay naa sila sa ato ang life. They decided to stay, right? Their presence in our life, therefore, is a reminder that it's okay to be you. Nga okay ra nga anak ka. Nga maski anak ka, maski feeling nimo you're not lovable, there's nothing about you that's lovable, nga dili ka deserving of the love that we're giving you, love gihapon ka namo. Or dawat gihapon ka namo. And when you constantly, when you are constantly reminded rather that it's okay to be you, nga whoever, kung unsa ka man karon, enough man di ay ka, then this will help you not only with self-acceptance, it will also help you with your self-love. Right? Matabangan, with the help of these people, matabangan, if currently dili nimo love imo ang self, sila ang mutabang and mo remind sa imo that if anything, dapat ikaw ang una dapat mo love sa imuhang kaugalingon. Because honestly, of course, I understand, sometimes lisod i-love ato ang self, lisod kaayo mag-develop of self-love because we know that, this version of ourselves, nakita lang ang kabalo. Right? Same thing sa ako ang na-mention yesterday, nga sometimes the version of ourselves that we are presenting to the world around us is really the acceptable, right? Or the edited version of who we really are. Pero naapod yun tay version of who we really are, nakita lang kabalo. Nakita lang na atong ginatago. And again, ginatago nato for a good reason, and it's because we think that it's the version na people won't like. But siguro kung naamaggutaan nga moment, katong mga people ako ang pasabot, they are exactly the kind of people we need in that moment because instead na itago, right, kini sila nga people, they would even help encourage us to be more of who we really are. Sila ang mag-remind nga kung unsa ka man, kinsa ka man, okay raman, right? Ipagawas ang padayon lang. So again, it's such a blessing. Suerte. It's such a blessing to have them in life because we can be very vulnerable around them. We can show them, again, the ugliest parts of our personality. We can be the most honest and unfiltered version of ourselves. And still, maski mauna ang ilang kakakita, still they respond with love and acceptance towards us. And again, how many of us here today, kung magpakatotoo lang kita, pila gid sa ato here karon, can say nga naatay ani nga person in our life right now. If na kayo ma-consider, again, maski isa, again, like I said, consider yourself lucky because in life, again, lisod kaayo ni sila pangitaon. People nga atong ginatawag nga, di ba, ang mga tawag nato ani nila, atong mga tunay, right? Sa way pinastic mga tunay, will stay with us through thick and thin, through highs and low, no matter what, right? Mauni sila ato ang mga tunay. That's why, just to summarize my point here, many of us right now, again, are probably too afraid to show our real selves because, again, we don't have enough of those people in our life right now. Siguro maunang ang uban mahadlok kay they're not getting the love and support and acceptance from the people around them because, again, wala sila'y anak nga person in their life right now. People, again, who will embolden them. Embolden meaning matabangan sila with their confidence to be just who they are. And with this, again, we are reminded to identify who these people are in your life. Kung naaman, right, in your life right now, kung naamay maski isa, again, identify and make sure you keep them, nurture the relationship you have with them because if not now, then maybe soon, mauni sila nga people ang eventually makatabang gid sa ato in our journey to self-discovery. Sila ni nga people ang mutabang sa ato, mo remind sa ato, and mo affirm sa ato na kung kinsa man gyud ta, okay ra and dawatan nila. All right. Moving on, we go to the third one. The third experience 9H is what we call or what we refer to as what am I meant to be? Sorry, what am I meant to be? So it says here that in life, we do many things just to satisfy our personal needs. Of course, we eat, we work, and we play, but none of these involves me precisely as a self. So this line, 9H, reminds us that we do so many things, but only because we need to. What do I mean by that? Like, why do we eat? Of course, we eat because our body needs it. Without food inside our system, we don't have the energy for anything. So, mukaon ta kay kailangan man. Why do we work? We have to work, or why do you attend classes? Or in my case, why do I work? I have to work because I have bills to pay. I have, di ba? I have bills to pay, groceries to buy, etc., etc. We play, we do that to unwind, to relax, and to take stress off of our work and studies. So in short, if you think about it, tinuod yun di ay na wala kaayo tay, or most of the things that we do them out of necessity. Maligo ta kay kailangan man gyud ta maligo. Muskwila ta kay kailangan man gyud ta muskwila. Matulog ta kay kailangan man ta matulog. You know what I mean? We do them out of necessity. In short, wala kaayo tay gabuhaton that will really directly help us grow as a person. Meaning, wala kaayo tay gabuhaton in life that will really help us know ourselves more. So, what can we do about this? It says here, Diane, that it is only when I look beyond myself and my own personal needs and find something to live for that we truly find ourselves. So, meaning Ani 9H, meaning it's when we finally decide to do something, not because we have to do it, but because we want to do it. It's when we finally decide to do something because that we want to do it, that we grow as a person. So, unsa ni nga mga butang ang ato ang gina-decide buhaton, teacher? Knowing what our heart wants, knowing what we want to be, and knowing what we really want to do in life, right? Is siguro the one thing that can really help us to continue to grow and develop as a person. Ang ako ang point here, 9H, is that knowing our purpose, or having a passion, having dreams, having aspirations, having goals in life, having all of those things, mauni sila ang mo-inspire and mo-motivate sa ato. I-motivate nila to constantly become better. Meaning, ani, kay naamantay goal, naamantay ambition, naamantay gusto ma-happen sa ato ang kinabuhi, then we are motivated to be better. Magtarong gyud di ay tag-eskwela kay gusto ra ba ka ma-doktor. Tarong gyud og eskwela kay gusto ra ba ka ma-lawyer. Pagtarong og eskwela kay gusto ra ba ka whatever, right? Tungod kay naatay goal. Then we are driven nga magtarong. We are asked to be better. Kaya otherwise, if we remain, diba, this way, then we'll never really get there. Or just to prove my point, like for example, your plan is you want to become a professional basketball player. Today, kung unsa man na imong skill set today, you're probably a decent, good enough basketball player today. Pero kanang the level that you're at right now, siguro kulang pa na if you want to play professional basketball. Maybe you're good enough to be in the league where you're at right now. Maybe good enough ra na imong skill sa high school level. But if you want to play sa professional nga basketball, then you have to be on another level for you to even qualify. So you're going to have to improve to get to that level where you want to be in. So, you know what I mean? So having a passion, therefore, having that something to live for is really what moves us or drives us to become better. After all, that's why we are called human beings. Ang tao nga walay ambisyon, mura na siya dili tao. Kay ang tao nga gusto maning kamot, ang tao nga nay ambisyon, maura na sila ang deserving matawag nga tao. Like, at the end of the day, again, what are we called? We are referred to as human beings. Right? Human beings ang tawag sa ato 9H because we are assumed to have this desire in us to constantly want to become better. Ang tao nga gusto pirmi maning kamot, nga mo improve, mo better, mauna sila ang tinuod na human being. So nga ng human being ang tawag sa ato, teacher? Human being, again, because In the English language, right? Anything or a verb actually that ends with an ing, right? Turns the tense of the verb into present progressive. Like, just like right now, like I'm talking. The verb talk has an ing to it because it's what I'm currently doing. The same way that you guys are listening. Although you may argue, teacher, dili man na verb ang human be, right? I understand, but the point that I'm trying to make here is suggestive. Meaning, in the English language, basta na ay ing, meaning ongoing or developing. So, siguro mao ang reason nganong gitawag ta nga human being because we are to become a person is an ongoing or developing nga process. We are called human beings because we are humans being constantly molded by our experiences in order for us to grow, to develop, and improve. That's why ang tao again nga walay ambisyon stagnant. Alright? Diha ra, mura siya dili tao kay dili siya ga-improve, dili ga mature, dili siya ga kamaayo. But kung tao ta, again, lain-lain man ato ang gusto or aspirations in life, but ang ato ang trajectory, same dapat, pasaka, pa-improve. Because after all, again, that's what it means to be a human being. Somebody who constantly changes, somebody who constantly improves. All right? And of course, I won't expound on this any further. Kaya naatay separate topic ani kaning man's search for purpose. And diha nato mas i-explain unsaon jud ning purpose and how does that drive me to be a better person. All right? For now though, adto ta sa ato ang last point. When did I start to be me? Kung sa Bisaya pa, kanus ako nagsugod. When ko nga na ako. Kanus ako nga ako na. Right? So it says here that the self began when there was self-awareness. So what this means, 9H, is that as we journey through life, the older that we get, we slowly become more aware of who we really are. Which is true, right? I'm pretty sure where you're at in your life right now, mas kaila ka kung kinsa ka today compared to, like example, 4 years ago. Right? Karon versus 4 years ago, mas daghan ka nabaw-an about yourself. Mas kaila ka kung kinsa ka. But ang point dahil nato is we may be more knowledgeable or we may be more aware of who we are today, pero aya lang ta matawag nga authentic, aya lang ta matawag nga real. When we say authentic or real, meaning aya ra ta true to ourselves, aya ra nato makaya magpakatotoo if kaya na nato i-live out. By live out, meaning kaya na nato ipakita ang version sa ato ang selves nga ato ang nabaw-an na maogyod ang tinuod about ourselves. Meaning, it is only when we are able to finally show to the world what we truly know about ourselves, that we truly start to live as a self. But again, same sa ako ang na-mention earlier, na daghan sa ato actually na ay self-knowledge. Daghan sa ato self-aware. Meaning, daghan sa ato kabalog yun unta kung kinsa gyud sila. Right? But at the same time, are too afraid to show it to the world. Meaning, daghan sa ato diri karon kailagyod kung kinsa ta, dili lang nato kaya ipakita. So, when do we start to be real or authentic? When we finally have the courage to unmask our true selves before the world. And I mentioned courage. When we had our discussion, Manggod, on the Socratic virtues, right? One of the Socratic virtues is courage. And how we define what it is, diba? Courage is doing something we know is difficult or dangerous. Now, it takes a lot of courage to show to the world who we really are. It takes a lot of courage to live authentically. Okay, by showing the world who we really are, what's the danger? Nganong lisod siya? Nganong difficult siya, teacher? Nganong dangerous siya buhaton, teacher? Okay, of course, the moment we show the world who we really are, the danger there is, teacher, the moment they discover the kind of person I really am, I might lose friends. Teacher, the moment I show them who really I am, I might be canceled. I might no longer be accepted. I might be judged. I might be bullied. I might be replaced, disposed of. Right? Mauna ato ang gaka hadlukan. So, then again, ang maulang na ang point that right now, daghan sa ato, kaila gyud kinsa ta, kulang lang gyud ta og courage. So, when do you start to be you? Again, you're not you because you know who you are right now. You become you the moment you finally develop the courage, siguro to show it to the world. All right? And siguro 9H, I think I've explained everything that I wanted to explain to the class regarding our journey aning ato ang self-discovery. Ani lang, tomorrow, we will have, as always, our first na journal writing for the quarter. Expect na in this journal writing, you'll be asked nga mag-reflect yun about yourself. So, medyo pangandaman lang nato siya gamay. Okay, so anyway, I'd like to thank everyone. Thank you guys for listening. Hopefully, naaray na nga, sabtan kahit papano. Enjoy the rest of the day. I'll see you tomorrow, 9H, for our journal writing. Thank you for listening and take care always. Goodbye, everyone. Ingat mo, guys.